Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, Bitcoin is still holding steady, but I believe more pumps are coming. And there's big news coming out tomorrow, which could also pump Bitcoin. There's just a lot of stuff that are happening right now that are all making Bitcoin stronger. So let's talk about these pumps. And let's talk about where Bitcoin could be before the end of this year. So, welcome, guys. As you can see, Bitcoin is slowly trending up. It's not even going sideways at this point. You could clearly see it is trending, right? I mean, this is a clear trend, and it's just going slowly upwards. We are at 30,200, and tomorrow we could see more explosiveness, another pump. Why? Well, tomorrow CPI data comes out in the US, okay? And I don't know if this is accurate, but according to estimates, the US inflation will come down substantially from 6% in February down to 5.2%. That's a huge drop. 0.8%. No matter how you slice it, if the inflation goes down that much, we will see a rally. We will see a market rally tomorrow, okay? Now, of course, if we don't get that and we're staying at 6 or closer to 6, maybe that'll stall the U.S. market. But these days, it doesn't really matter. Bitcoin has decoupled from NASDAQ, decoupled from the U.S. market, but it definitely wouldn't hurt if the market starts pumping tomorrow, the U.S. market. It will definitely help Bitcoin pump some more. So tomorrow, absolutely huge. Inflation data, CPI, will be out before I start streaming. So we will already know. But today, all the crypto-related stocks pumped up to the moon. Bitcoin is still going up. And this is just the beginning. There's a lot of people now. There's a lot of people that are saying that Bitcoin is not going to top out or break all-time high in 2024 and 2025. There are more and more people that think it's going to happen this year. That's the crazy thing. So many people, and I'm not familiar with this analyst, but he makes the argument, well, the only reason why Bitcoin fell below 30,000 in the first place is because of black swans, all the collapses like Luna collapsing, FTX collapsing, Celsius collapsing, Three Arrows collapsing, right? But you can make the argument, if these companies didn't go under, if SBF never existed, right? Who's to say that Bitcoin would have fallen to 15,000? Maybe it would have just stayed at 30,000. We never know. We'll never know, right? But the simple fact that we have basically done a U-shaped recovery back above 30,000, well, who's to say that we can't just continue upwards now, especially seeing how strong Bitcoin is because of weakness in the banking sector, because the Fed may pivot now, right, with inflation going down. I mean, and there's still billions upon trillions of cash sitting out there on the sidelines waiting to come in, right? Who's to say that we're just not going to follow this green line and continue upwards before the halving event? Who's to say we can't hit like $100,000 or more before 2024, even before the next halving event, right? Maybe. Now, the red line is what most people are expecting, and I think that's true. A lot of people are thinking we are mimicking 2019. We'll hit 40 or 50,000, maybe trend down back to 20-something thousand, just like in 2019, and then we continue higher after halving event. I don't know what to think. I still think that's probably more probable, but I can't dispute this theory also, right? It may happen, especially the Fed pivots this year. The Fed pivots this year, I mean, wow, right? And if we get more bank failures, and I say he's not the only one because I covered this one before. Someone else that applied Metcalf with Mempool plus together, this has been pretty accurate in terms of determining pumps And right now it's showing that, yeah, there will be a new all-time high by September, not even by the end of the year. So can we really hit 70,000 and 100,000 before the end of the year? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But in order for those things to happen, we're going to see some major pumps. We're going to see a lot more pumps to make that happen. But, you know, with shorts getting wrecked, with more short squeezes, with everything else that's going on, who knows? May happen. Now, I like to remind you guys, a couple people that has held maybe some of you guys down, or maybe some other people down. So, first of all, let me play Jim Cramer for you guys. You guys all love Jim, I know that.
Bitcoin went up today, and I could argue that now it can't even be held in banks. Bitcoin's a strange animal. I will say point blank, I think it's being manipulated up. It was being manipulated the whole time by Sam Bankman-Fried. So please don't assume, therefore, that it's not still being manipulated. And I would sell my Bitcoin right into this rally. And believe me, I had been a believer one time in Bitcoin. Not here, not now. Bitcoin went.
Just do the opposite of what Jim Cramer says, and you'll be fine. So that was when Bitcoin pumped above 20, 22, went to 24, and of course, Jim Cramer doesn't really know what he's talking about, and just saying and stumbling, saying, I don't know, it's been manipulated. I would just sell it, sell into this rally, right? And of course, that's not the first time Jim Cramer has been proven wrong. But not just him. Remember Peter Schiff. Remember his Christmas gift. You guys probably can't see it, but let me zoom out a little bit here. He tweeted this on Christmas Day. My Christmas gift to holders is this Bitcoin chart. As you can see, Bitcoin is much closer to the ceiling than its floor. Its yellow line that was once support is now resistance. Since the upside potential is so low and downside risk is so high, the smart move is to sell today. And again, that was when Bitcoin was below 17,000. Now, had you listened to him, well, you would have missed out at almost 100% gain since then, because Bitcoin is up about 80-something%, okay? And Peter can't control himself, tweeted again today saying the Bitcoin pumpers on a CNBC throwing nothing but softballs to Novigrads, who basically admitted the entire Bitcoin rally was driven by existing holders buying more. As if that's a bad thing. As if holders that believe in Bitcoin buying more and holding and DCAing is bad. I don't even get it. How do you expect gold or anything else to go up by the holders that buy more gold, right? Like, how else? You want price manipulation or what, right? Institutional adoption is over. The blockchain ladder has run out. Get ready for the next crash. Of course, this is coming from a guy that could have bought Bitcoin in the dollars in 2011, ignored it, and continues to be wrong about his Bitcoin predictions. Yet it is his most viral post, so he continues to tweet negative things about Bitcoin. Again, do the inverse of Peter Schiff, and you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. All right, but moving on. What about let's talk about some right instead of some wrong. According to the halving cycle, Bitcoin is basically doing exactly what it has done before, almost to the T, especially compared to last cycle, right? 38% of the days within a 4-year cycle upwards, 33% goes downwards, then you have 29% going sideways, and then boom, you're now into the 39% and continue, right? It's almost the same. But according to this, right, we're in that 29%. We're like a fourth way there until the next halving event, right? But the good thing is the past 2 times that we were in that 20-something% of sideways movement, it's actually not sideways. The Bitcoin was actually moving up. So again, we're just going according to plan. Bitcoin is still just following the same pattern and has been ever since it was created and released. I mean, you could argue that. Here's another chart. CBBD and realized price, Bitcoin has pumped above both. And again, whenever this happens, right here, you can see the halving 2, the blue mark, right before halving 3, right? You can see all the blue marks. And whenever that happens, really, really good things happen. So expect more pumps. That's what I got out of it. Bitcoin shrimps accumulated 35,000 Bitcoins in the last 30 days. Yes, a whole lot of buying. Lots and lots and lots of buying. There will be a lot more pumps coming in the near future. Tomorrow could be a huge one. Tomorrow could drive Bitcoin 31,000, 32,000, 35,000, you know, who knows? Who knows? Now, some of you guys I saw in the live chat was asking about Ethereum. Why is Ethereum not moving? Well, this is probably the reason why, because people want to see this upgrade complete, done, and people want to see what happens afterwards. So the big upgrade is coming tomorrow, and it will unlock staking for Ethereum. Very controversial. A lot of people think, well, because you can't unstake it, it must be a security, right? Well, it's coming. So after tomorrow, you'll be able to, or whenever the upgrade is complete, I don't know actually how long it's going to take, but it will start tomorrow. And so far, only 0.6 of the validators, 0.6%, have chosen to withdraw. So that means they want to fork. Or I don't know what their plan is, but most likely continue to operate without upgrading. That means they're going to fork some other version of Ethereum, probably for a cash grab or whatever. Or maybe these guys are out or on vacation, right? But vast majority, 99.4%, are upgrading and giving approval, right? And this could reignite institutional investor interest and retail investor interest. And here's why. Here's the biggest reason why. Right now, it's estimated that only 15% of all ETH out there are staked. Now, there is a large percent that's held in DeFi projects like the liquidity pools and bridges and so forth, okay? So there's a large percentage of that. But if you're just looking at a pure staking perspective, a lot of people don't want to stake because they're afraid you can't unlock, right? And tomorrow, that fear will be alleviated. And if that is alleviated, then maybe a lot more people will be staking because, for example, Cardano has 69% of their supply staked compared to Ethereum's 15%. Now, what do you think is going to happen to Ethereum and its overall circulating supply if that number, 15%, jumps to 69%? That will eliminate a huge chunk. We're talking about 50%, more than 50% of the supply, and it'll be removing it from circulation, okay? Just think about that. Demand is still doing this, and the supply all of a sudden gets cut in half, boom, like this. What's going to happen to the price, right? So I do think overall this will be a good thing. Maybe tomorrow there will be some volatility, the day afterwards, there may be some volatility, but overall, this will make Ethereum extremely deflationary, especially considering how much TVL is locked in and the burning that actually literally burns ETH, and plus more people staking natively inside a validator, right? It's going to be tremendous. It's going to be absolutely tremendous. All right. That's what I want to talk about tonight. Overall market cap still doing good. Bitcoin dominance still climbing, 47.5%. That's 0.5% higher than just like a day or two ago when Bitcoin is still at 28,000. Bitcoin is gaining strength, a lot of strength. Will Bitcoin dominance climb as high as 70% or 60-something% like previous cycles? I don't know. I don't think so. But, you know, Bitcoin will do its thing, and it may be happening, right? All right, let's do some Q&A. MTMD. Thanks. All right, let's see here. JRR tokens. Yeah, at one point there was like 8,000 people that tuned in. I couldn't believe that. That's my very first spaces too. But we had a very good turnout, a really good guest. Learned a lot about Web3, NFTs, Club 3. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot that was talked about. So I'm glad some of you guys tuned in and enjoyed. Let's see here. I'll leave this up. Some people are floating the idea that government will tax Bitcoin 90%. No, that'll never happen. Never, ever. Let's see. There's a lot of DEXs out there. I've been saying this a lot, but I've seen a lot of DEXs. I think there's a lot coming for ZK Sync, but there's also a lot coming for Arbitrum. I mean, some are already established. Arbitrum, Optimism, Phantom, Polygon, they all have their like major DEXs, right? Even Cardano, a lot of these are major. They're already very big. But I think there's opportunity within ZK Sync, which is the newest L2 that's gaining a lot of TVL, right? Playoffs start already, or the play-in tournament? Lakers, I think Lakers can win it all. Lakers is on a roll. Austin Reeves is playing like the next Larry Bird. No, I'm just kidding. But the Lakers have it in sync right now. So, I think they could go very far, possibly win. We'll see. Jalama says, I agree with the analyst. If it wasn't for SBF, Celsius, Doquan, we could have easily stayed at 30K and we'd be at 40K now. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, we're all speculating. Who knows? Maybe Bitcoin would have fallen to $15, $16 anyways, right? But you could see some of these major collapses caused by these bad actors, bad projects, right? But if you eliminated them, maybe we would have just hovered at 30,000 and then, continue forward. Who knows? I did enjoy the spaces. Everything went smoothly. I think I was pretty charming, pretty smooth, navigated traffic pretty well. New experience, had a surprise guest, had a good time talking about next crypto gem. I mean, I'm going to do more of it in the future, just have to plan it out better. Yeah, ZK Sync is go airdrop, kind of like Arbitrum. People want their free stuff, right? But it worked for Arbitrum. Lakers versus Celtics. I'm afraid that the Lakers can't beat someone like Celtics. Maybe they can if everyone's healthy, and it's still amazing to think that LeBron is still considered like a top 5, top 6 player, despite the fact that he's like close to 40. People just take for granted how good he is. Like literally every other player that has ever played after like 32, 33, their performance decreased really quickly. Really, really quickly. So I'm rooting for Lakers. What wallet do you recommend? Well, those of you guys that tuned in RX or follow me on Twitter, right? I became official sponsor for RX. And there's two reasons for this. One, the team, especially the CEO, Georgi, kind of like, sounds like orgy, Georgi. Georgi, I think. Georgi, yes, his name. Very on top of things. I've never talked to another project as on top of everything as he is. And then also because they have this revolutionary wallet. I mean, it's better. It's browser-based, better than MetaMask. All the security is built in. You can't send to wrong contracts. You can't send to wrong wallets, right? It has simulations, and there's just a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it, and they're building a swap. I mean, they're building integration with their platform. I mean, there's just so much to it. So really like the product, and plus they are planning to go IPO later this year. I mean, it's a fantastic thing. So I would check out RX Wallet. If you guys are looking for a good browser wallet, you want something that's not MetaMask, something that's better than MetaMask, check them out. Binance US is delisting Tron, really? That would be a good thing. That would be a good thing. I've said I don't trust Tron. I don't trust Justin Sun. I don't trust any of the project that he has bought. He's going to run him to the ground. So, not surprising. Is there anything in the real world now that is like zero knowledge proofs? I'm sure there are examples of it. I can't explain it. Zero knowledge proofs, the best way, the layman's terms I can explain it is basically you take this box and you can put things inside the box. So you don't know what's in the box, but what comes out of the box is verification, yes or no. So that's kind of how the privacy feature works. And because everything is transacted within the proof, within the box, it also makes transactions faster. That's the best layman's way of explaining it. I don't know if that is a good analogy in the real world, but yeah, that's essentially how it is. Did you see that Elon swapped the Twitter logo for Doge? Yes. Yes. What do you think it means? Nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Elon is trolling like he has always done, and that's all it means. Eventually, he's going to integrate Doge with Twitter. I don't know when, but there's not a whole lot to that right now. He's going to rename Twitter to X Corp or something like that. Something stupid. So, I don't know. Are you coming to ETH Toronto? I would love to go back to Toronto. When is ETH Toronto? I drove there not too long ago. Terrific food. I thought the city was great. My next conference is Bitcoin 2023. So those of you guys that are thinking of joining me or going, right? Get your tickets fast. They keep going up in price. I hate the tickets. I hate how expensive they are. But if you use my link in the description, you get 10% off. But not only will I be there, but I'll be hosting a party that's still being worked on. And I'm going to try to invite a lot of my NFT holders to join me. So like a meet and greet. That's the next one. There will be one afterwards in New York. Not NFT NYC, but I may be going to a Vulcanverse one. That's just like a single day. I was told there's a nice one that's happening in Singapore in September, but I'm really dreading going there. I do not want to be stuck in a plane for 22 hours. I don't know about ETH Toronto. I'm going to look into it because that could be a good family vacation anyways. You know what? I'm going to look it up. When is it? Yeah, August 8th to 10th. Yeah, I might be able to do that one. That's a good date. I don't know if the kids are back to school yet, but maybe. The only reason is being because I like Toronto. These are just past speakers. Okay, I don't know current speakers. Anyways. Maybe. Silver something, appreciate it. I'm showing people how to buy Bitcoin for a fee. Should I be worried? Yeah, why are you showing people how to do that then? To show them for free. And it sounds like you're drunk. Orange Lambo, are you mining any tokens right now? No. No mining. No mining. Staking, no mining. What's the next resistance to break? Next resistance to break is right there, 31.6. Seems like it's a big gap, right? It seems like, wow, that's going to take a lot, but it's really not. A little push, boom, right up there. And after that, you know, it's like 40s. It's going to go really quick. Tomorrow could be absolutely big day. If the U.S. market pumps tomorrow because inflation is going down, which means Powell could be less aggressive and stop and maybe even cut rates in the future, that could definitely help pump Bitcoin even more. So we'll see. We'll see. GRR, I don't know. I can't say yes or no, but I will say you're not far off. Or maybe you are right. I can't confirm or deny yet. I like to tease. I know a lot of you guys been asking me to show it off, but I'm not sure I'm quite ready for that yet. But this will give you a clue. That'll give you a clue. I don't know if you guys noticed the wheels. The wheels were insanely expensive. Insanely. And I was forced to buy them. Otherwise, my order would be canceled. USB wallet, Ledger. Gold Ledger. No, it's not a Lambo. Yes, Space Jason. It's a PT Cruiser with carbon fiber wheels. That's what it is. You got it. Still interested in that 67 Camaro RS? My dad has one and wants to sell it. Not right now. I can't store it anywhere. I can't. But maybe if he still has it in a while, a year or so. Yes, Mike. Unfortunately, you know, these conferences, I've always said it, conferences suck because they charge so much for tickets. That's why normally I don't go to a lot of them, right? But I feel like Bitcoin 2023 I have to go. But yeah, it's expensive. At least get your 10% discount if you're going by using my link, right? At least you get a little bit off. Digibong, appreciate it. $0.60, I don't even know. It's like 2.4. It's like 2.4 or something. It's pretty fast, but not as fast as my Plaid. But it's very fast. It sounds a whole lot better. I've not driven it in 4 months. I didn't even drive it today because I was so busy. But weather is finally clearing up, so I'll be able to drive it soon. I don't think I'll ever get a Bugatti. First of all, I don't have that much money. Second of all, if I did, I still wouldn't get it. You know, like even with my my new car, I'm afraid to drive it anywhere. I don't want to park it anywhere, right? I don't know who's gonna be dinging or scratching it or whatever, right? I can't imagine people that have Bugattis how they could park it anywhere. Like you would literally have to have bodyguards that follow you and stand around the car. Like, all right, guys, I'll let you go. Overall, let's see what happens tomorrow. Big inflation data. Will this pump Bitcoin more? Only time will tell, but more and more people are thinking that Bitcoin is going to form a new high this year. And in order for that to happen, we're going to get a lot more pumps, right? So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care.